Good morning, this is JHS Weekly. I'm Landon Johnson.
And I'm Kennedy Dury.
Planning events has been a clouded challenge with COVID-19 being a factor. However, it hasn't stopped Joplin High dead in its tracks.
JHS's Mary Hardy brings us to the fact that hits the target.
Reporting in from Joplin Memorial, I am Mary Hardy, and I am interviewing Mr. Levi Butts, who gives a new name to the word eagle eye.
The Joplin archery teams say practice makes perfect, so hitting that target takes some time. And Mr. Butts says this year has been different.
We had a little bit of a late start this year, waiting on some guidance and trying to figure out how we were going to run such a big team and have such a big activity take place in the times of COVID-19.
How are those tournaments set up this year with COVID?
So NAS regulations with shooting, it's a little tricky. Much of it is left up to the state, much of it's left up to the school.
National Archery and School Program, or NASP, which is the boss that overviews how the teams are regulated, had rolled out some late COVID regulations.
It took so long for NASP to get guidelines out, and there's still guidelines, and it took a while for the state to get regulations out. So it's school by school.
Due to having such a big team, Butts had to socially distance the students and break them into two groups.
Initially, when we first started, because we're such a big activity, historically we've had 40, 50 archers show up that want to participate. And we don't make cuts, so those archers get to shoot all season with us. So initially, we said that those archers can only come on their A and B day. The goal there was to keep the numbers in the gym down.
The team hopes that next year they can compete at the state level, but for now they are getting a lot of practice to win some competitions. Reporting for JHD, this is Mary Hardy.
JHS cheer tryouts for the 2021 to 2022 season are March 15th through 18th from 6 to 8 p.m. in Gym 3. If you are interested in trying out for cheer, please see Ms. Herman in C300 to get a cheer packet.
Most police departments have dozens of workers. However, one Southwest Missouri town has less than 10.
JHD's Jordan Sanderson takes a ride behind the badge at the Sarcoxie Police Department.
Seeing flashing lights in your rearview mirror often makes you nervous. However, it's just another day on the job for Corporal Shadrach Shepard at the Sarcoxie Police Department.
Sir, my favorite part of the job would have to be just assisting younger officers that are new to law enforcement, passing on a lot of the knowledge that I've collected over the years.
And he says we're all human and things happen, and the Sarcoxie police officers are no different.
Maybe show them mistakes that I've made that I can hopefully keep them from making, or when they do make mistakes, be able to tell them, hey, I've made this before. This is what we can do to correct that. This is what we need to do, and this is what we need to keep from doing next time.
Chief Brandy Coram is Shepard's boss, but she still takes calls of her own while she juggles teaching and running the department.
Just making sure that my guys are doing their job appropriately, and I still have to take calls for duty or calls for service while still being the chief.
Not only did I speak with command staff, but I also spoke with regular patrol officers to see what their day was like and how they felt about the job. Officer Tanner Rice's pulling someone over is also nerve-wracking for the officer.
The thing is just the unknown about what could happen and what could be the outcome. So, because it could be a positive outcome, it could be a very bad outcome. Of course, the goal at the end of the day is go home.
And also, keep everyone safe. Reporting for JHD, this is Jordan Sanderson.
Everyone has a different speed in the halls. Some are zooming past others in third gear, while others like to lay back and stay in first.
JHD's Wyatt Hensley hits the halls to spotlight the fast and slow walkers.
Sophomore Logan Hosfeld is fast on his feet. He doesn't waste much time in the halls going from point A to point B.
It helps me get to class faster and burn calories.
Logan says that slow walkers sometimes get in his way and they slow him down.
And it is annoying if they don't move, if you ask them to.
And while some people like to walk fast in the halls, others like to take their time.
Lainey Reeves is also a sophomore, who's one of those slow walkers that gets in Logan's way, but she says she can't help it.
I walk slow because I'm kind of short and I don't really feel like there's a need to rush.
And being a slow walker, she says, has some consequences, like getting tardies.
I've gotten tardy one time, but
Is it because you're slow walking?
It's because I'm slow walking, yeah.
So is there a way slow and fast walkers can get along in the halls?
Just stop walking in big groups, and if you do, walk fast, you know?
I feel like if there was not necessarily lanes, but if there was a section where like slow walkers could be and fast walkers, it would make it so much easier.
Like fast walkers, we zoom through this story. Reporting for JHD, this is Wyatt Hensley.
Perfect. Please buy a yearbook at johnston.com. We need to sell 224 more before we can post all our pictures online. Also, remember March 29th is the last day to purchase a senior recognition ad, and May 1st is the last day to order a yearbook.
Did you know you can earn college credit while still being in high school?
JHD's Aisham Eckhoff shows us how you can save money and also start college early.
Some high school students are already getting a jump on their college education. Joplin High School counselor Jennifer Hancock says AP classes help students get ahead.
A student who is interested in an AP class or a dual credit class would be a student who is interested in college preparatory material and is willing to put in extra time to do more reading, more writing, in some cases more research.
And to be in these classes, there are prerequisites.
In some cases that might be a certain ACT score, or perhaps it requires an A or a B in a previous class. In most cases it involves a teacher recommendation. In some cases it involves a minimum GPA of a certain number.
And she says she's happy to help students get a jump start on college.
One of the things that makes me the most proud is when a student who does meet all the qualifications decides to take a brave step and enroll in an AP course and is willing to put in the time, and they will find that that teaches them to study in certain ways and how to manage their time so that when they do go on to college, they've already had a taste of what it's like.
Samantha Walker is in her first year at the University of Missouri. But due to AP classes, she's technically a sophomore.
So I was lucky and I was privileged enough to take quite a few dual credit classes in high school.
It even cut down the cost in college.
For me, dual credit classes was a really great investment because it saved me so much money in the long run.
She, as well as Ms. Hancock, recommend that everyone take AP classes.
I didn't even realize until recently how lucky I was to be in a position that I was.
If you would like to sign up for AP classes, go see your counselor. Reporting for JHD, I'm Aisha Metcalf.
Nature isn't for everyone, but for some, it's everything.
JHD's Gia Jordan takes an inside look at one home that really treasures nature.
There's an abundance of plants outside, but why stop there? One home doesn't. Plants are welcome and some might argue collected.
Amber Jordan loves her plants.
So, you can
so
see all
much,
the
in
roots.
fact, she's lost count of how many she has.
So the first plant that started the inside collection was not purchased. That was polewit, the pothos or devil's ivy that Nana propagated from one of her pothos.
Her mother was a big influence in Jordan's lifestyle.
Mom, Nana, always had pothos growing in my house.
Corey Jordan is her husband, and he also grew up in a house that collected plants.
So I was a little kid, my grandma had a yard and a house full of all kinds of plants, and I like plants.
Although they both enjoy a good bit of inside foliage, the couple had some trouble keeping some of the plants alive when they first started.
I've always liked plants, but very bad at keeping them alive inside the house when I had small children and pets. Now I have bigger children and older pets.
With an easier environment for plants to survive, the missus has accumulated quite a few.
Probably about 30, because I bought several plants the past 2 weeks.
But she's not picky. She loves them all.
Like the others came in because it's like, oh, this is really pretty and this is viney.
And she collects some plants just because their name sounds cool.
And I wanted to get some philodendrons because I like the word philodendron because that's a really cool word.
Reporting for JHD, I'm Gia Jordan.
First world problems.
From holes in ceilings to broken windows, these are just some of the things that rental managers have to deal with on a semi-weekly basis.
JHD's Allie Nordell takes two rental managers who have their work cut out for them.
Rental houses require a lot of upkeep, and no one knows that better than Richard Nordell. He has been managing rental houses for more than 10 years, and he says there's good money to be made.
Sure. I mean, it is, again, a money-making opportunity. There's always value in homes, provided you keep them up.
However, there can be some headaches. Renters sometimes destroy the house.
The most damage, they took a bat to all the light fixtures. They destroyed the oven, kicked holes in doors, broke the windows in the house as to cut the AC lines.
He makes it a family affair, and his wife Sandy helps manage the houses.
The drawbacks of being a rental manager is when your renters destroy the house that they're living in, and we have to fix them constantly.
Rental managing takes a toll on the Nordell couple.
I would recommend rental managing to anybody that is the younger generation because it's a lot of hard work and it's a lot of hours.
The cost of rent for these houses isn't as pricey as some people believe.
The average cost of rent per house is $600 per month.
However, some renters can't pay this and get evicted.
What it takes to be evicted, of course, non-payment of rent, or if they're doing some sort of illegal activity.
Hopefully, the next renters appreciate the hard work that goes into each house. Reporting for JHD, this is Allie Nordell.
This has been JHS Weekly.
Have a great week, everyone.